recording. Alright, against another brew it looks like here. I think this is champion's called Ozo, I believe. Yeah. Alright, first hand. I think this is definitely a keep. We don't have either of our other colors, but we can play High Cleric. You can play High Cleric on 2, and then have Claw of the Mountain God on 3, even if we just draw another Blood Shard. I've got a removal spell, removal action. So High Cleric, this card doesn't have he's like Balthazar, he's got kind of a wordy thing here instead of just the rules text. Basically, he's invincible if any champion has 10 or less life, and he can't block, and he has Rage 1, so every time he attacks, he permanently gains a power. Alright, so it looks like Diamond Sapphire. And we are playing 25 shards in this deck, so pretty likely to hit a third shard in 2 draws. Now that's always famous last words saying something like that. Protector Defender is actually not a terrible draw there, because now if we draw one of our shards that doesn't make a temporary resource, if it makes diamond, we'll still... And all 3 of our shards that don't make temporary resource make diamond. So if we draw one of the shards that doesn't make temporary resource, we can play Protector Defender next turn still. If we hit just a diamond threshold, we get to play Ardent Crusader and then crunch for 6, which seems great. So, diamond threshold, 1-time dealer. His champion power reverts target troop he controls for 3 charges. Okay. Let's go ahead and play this and grab Ruby here so we can play Zana, the Blood Fist. It says whenever a troop... So this says speed and crush. And whenever a troop we control attacks, this gets Rage 1, which stacks. And when this attacks, troops in our hand get Rage 1. So we're going to go ahead and attack with our High Cleric here. Get his power up to 2. And this gains Rage 1. This doesn't have speed, right? No. Repel, sure. That's fine. You take that guy out. We got an assault trigger on this, though, which is nice. Play our Claws of the Mountain God, which is 2 damage to us every turn, and is a 5/4. So now if we hit any shard that makes a temporary resource, we get to jam Zana next turn, which will start giving these rage. And if we draw a shard that doesn't make a temporary resource, we can play this Ardent Crusader out and then crunch with these 2 for 9. Which is reasonably powerful. Buck's kind of annoying. This returns a troop we control to our hand, and then it gets +1 cost. This will be a 4-drop. We can play this kill, but we do need to draw a shard to play anything else. So hopefully we find a shard. We are playing 25 shards, which is one of the things I was conservative. Not only is our curve a little bit higher, but because we're playing 3 shards, I wanted to play more shards overall to have higher threshold counts total. Alright, so those castable at least. I'm aware. I said if we draw a shard that doesn't make a temporary resource. If we could have played Crusader last turn, we would have just jammed it instead of the Claw. So Tizozo is kind of a sweet card. It's a 2/1 unique with Rage 2, and when it dies, this goes back into our deck and gains a line of text. When this enters play, destroy target opposing troop. I don't think we're blocking here. Our hand's so powerful. Nah, I'm not going to block. I'd rather keep giving this Rage. Let's see what else he's got here. A 2/3. That 1-shot, void another target human, then put the voided card back into play. Okay. Well, that's an okay draw. This unfortunately only has Rage 1, but I think I want to just start getting Rage on all these guys in my hand. So I'll go ahead and attack with both of these. He can bounce these 2 off of each other, but then he takes 4 off to Zozo. And all of these cards in my hand just got Rage 1. So he can flick this next turn and rebuck something else. Oh, and then he can revert this and then rebuck something again, right? Cute. I don't know if it's good. It was definitely cute. Hey, Dark Wonders. Maybe I should have killed this. It's very possible I should have killed this. I guess this costs him 2 resources to do, right? Yeah, so it's not just completely free. And rage is permanent, so this is permanently a 2/4, and this is permanently a 4/1. And when these attack again, they'll get bigger. Gain attack for 4, yep. Hey, Trimax, hey, Wizard Kids. Yep, just gonna flick this, probably put this back in my hand. It's not the worst either way. To Zozo, really? Okay. I guess this has speed, so if I hit a resource, he doesn't want that to happen. So if I hit a Diamond Shard this turn, we're gonna go Crusader, Protectorate for sure. Blood Shard, that's annoying. Yeah, I'm just gonna attack Lizana here. Okay, I'll go ahead and play Claw of the Mountain God out here, which has Rage 2. So this card has Rage 2, all of these have Rage 2, and this has Rage 3 now, because it had Rage 2 to start, Rage stacks. This card seems super powerful. First game of the day having resource issues. You know, threshold issues. I think the hand was definitely keepable. We're through 5 cards now without a diamond threshold, which is fairly unlikely. I think we're at 15 or 16 diamond thresholds total. 15 sounds right. I have 7... Yeah, 15. 6, 8, and 1. See, I think that's the part where a lot of people mess up playing cards like this, like Zanya. You don't need to build a deck around this card. You just need to slot this card into a deck with other reasonable cards. It's very easy to like catch yourself into a trap where like you aren't doing things that are genuinely powerful. Instead, you're just like trying to be cute. Well, you know, easily the worst draw on the deck. It does let us do both of these this turn at least, I suppose. So crunch with my nerds. Probably getting repelled here, I'd assume. He might try and double block, in which case this kill will be okay. Yeah. Just kill the one with more toughness, because this has crush for some reason. He could have verdict or counter magic here. And if he has verdict or counter magic, I think I'm okay with that. I guess I'm just trading Zana for his 2/3, which isn't exciting, but that's still fine. Like, he's taking 7 here, and I'm redeploying to Zozo post-combat. He could also have, like, counter magic and repel would be bad. Crackling Blast. That is a card that's in his deck. Okay, and he's choosing to kill the 7. Okay. And he's just letting me eat his guys. That seems great for me. I guess he could have Caller next turn to put this back into play. Let's go ahead and play Zozo out. Man, Diamond Threshold would be so good. This has Rage 3 now. And it has Speed and Rage 3. And we could make something not block if we hit a Diamond Threshold. Probably going to win if we hit Diamond Threshold next turn. Would settle for a castable. A not Blood Shard would be great. What does this do? In this interplay, create a pet turtle. And this is a... okay. I mean, he repelled us too, right? Yeah, he's got both. Gosh. So if I attack with both of these, he could double block here, but then I kill both of his dorks. That seems fine. And then he gets hit by Zozo for 8. It's like casual 8-ball you if you don't block this. Chump trade, sure. Right, he's down to 10. The Zozo goes back into our deck. I'm actually going to be... I'm working on a constructed primer for the current constructed format, and it'll go up on Hex Primal later this week. you got another one. That's fine. Come on. Come on. Diamond Shard, and the game ends. Any diamond threshold, and the game ends. Diamond Shard, I could play all 3 of these, though. That would be great. It says Rage. How much now? God, he's so angry! Ardent Crusader is so angry! Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Alrighty, there's the diamond threshold. And then let's go ahead and make this guy not be able to block this turn. Let's go ahead and get Speedy. We could get Transmogged here, but I feel like if he had Transmog, he would have Transmogged Zana by now. Could be wrong, though. This card has Rage 4. I guess it has been stuck in our head for a while. And this has Rage 5, and this has Rage 2. He blocked incorrectly. Alright, what am I doing here? Most of his things are Ardent, so I don't think Casualty of War is particularly good. I think this card's playable in general, like it kills Crocs and Vampires and things in the Matriarch deck. I think I'm actually just like bringing in a Crimson Bolt for the Casualty of War and then hitting Submit. The rest of our deck seems pretty fine. Alright, so this hand, again, doesn't have a diamond. We're on the draw with the Tezozo on 2. I think I'm supposed to keep hands like this. This hand's just like super powerful if we hit like running shards and their diamonds. And like we have a playable card, and even if we draw blood shards, we have a Zana that we can play. So, and that was literally the perfect draw. It is a shard, doesn't make a temporary resource. We can play it on 1 with no punishment. There's only one 1-drop in this deck. And I don't really like playing a lot of 1-drops right now because there's so many Cluckadons everywhere. This card gets a random Inspire ability? Sure. Play under your controller choose +X/+X. Cute. Just gonna put a show on for my son real quick. So we'll go blood shard to Zozo next turn. Okay. That is, I would prefer to play this on 2, but we can't because it requires a ruby threshold. That's fine. We got this Ardent Crusader that has speed, so if we draw another shard here, we have 2 draws to draw another shard that makes temporary resource, so we can play this Crossroad Rumble, Ardent Crusader, Whoa, that's loud. Apologies for the noise. Alright, so let's play this for a ruby threshold. Go ahead and play our Ardent Crusader with speed. And then we'll go ahead and crunch with both of these, and that will trigger... I think we're just going to add a 3rd copy of this card to our deck after this game. I mean, I realize I've only played 1 match, but, like, this card is super powerful. Punt Count Infinity with the 4-month 3 sub, a third of a year. Welcome back. I appreciate that continued support. Buccaneer, sure. So this has Rage 2, because whenever a troop we control attacks, while this is in our hand, it gets Rage, and then when it attacks, it gives all the troops in our hand Rage. So if we get a shard that makes a temporary resource, we're definitely playing Zana and attacking. That's unfortunate. So I guess we just play this other Crusader out and attack. Leighton with the 3-month resub, a quarter of a year. Welcome back. I think I said a quarter for the 4 months. That's a third. Math is hard. But thank both of you for coming back. I appreciate it. Yeah, this card's nuts. Sure, you have another Buccaneer. I would like to hit some shards so we can. If we hit a shard that makes temporary resource, we might actually just go double Bloodsworn next turn. If we hit a shard that makes a temporary resource, I don't know. It's close. If he attacks, Zana's probably better. Yeah, if we hit a shard, we'll play Zana. If we don't hit a shard, we'll probably play Hero of Legend. Yeah. All right. So that does not make a temporary resource. Let's get our second blood threshold since we have some double blood cards in our deck. We'll go ahead and play Hero of Legend out here. I don't even know if this deck wants Hero of Legend, to be honest. So this says, I guess this card's just like uniquely powerful. We have a bunch of Ardent guys, and it says whenever an Ardent troop we control deals damage to a champion, we create a Valor and put it into our hand. Random action. This card's a lot less scary without the draw. So I'm assuming he's not attacking here. So no attack here makes sense, and then I think we're probably going to go Bloodsworn, Protector, Defender, Pass. Ooh. Ooh, that card's real good. Alright, yeah. Actually, since we drew this, I think I'm just going to go Bloodsworn here. Nah. Yeah, Protector Defender's better here in case we don't hit a shard for this Lazgul. This card's another sweet card. So this has speed, and it's a 5/5, and when it enters play, each opposing troop gets, when this blocks, it gets -5/-5 this turn. So basically it makes your opponent's troops not be able to block. If only it had Crush, right? Why does this card have Crush? It's so weak. This card needs to be better. Shard Call, sure. It's just a tweet. I can just link the tweet. It's Bloodhead Ruby. It should have Crush. Here's the actual tweet. All right, so we hit a shard. So now we're faced with the tough decision. No, it's not even tough, right? He's just dead. Yeah, just not even tough, just dead. Alright. I guess he's not dead. He can chump things here, but yeah, I'm just gonna attack with everything. Which they all get +1/+1 from this Protector Defender. So all of his troops have, when they block, they get -5/-5, so none of his guys can kill mine in combat. All of my guys are readied, so they can block on the way back. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. This deck's sweet at least. Alright. I think I want another one of this. I think I want another one of this Zana card. Is that what this card's called, Zana? This card's gross. Yeah, it is weird that the orcs are ardent. When I started building this deck, I originally wanted to build an orc venom deck, but I couldn't run a crusaders in the orc venom deck because I couldn't run crusaders in the orc venom deck because they were split ardent and underworld. So, alright, so what's my human count if I cut? I think cutting Exalted Knight. I definitely don't want 4 Zana, but cutting one Exalted Knight to find another speed guy. So what's my human count? I've got 5, 6, 14 humans. I think I want to trade this High Cleric for another human. So let's look for... The advanced filters here are great. So we can look for just humans that are in our thresholds that are ardent. And I probably want to sort these by cost. I think we want a 2-drop to replace this. I don't think we can afford a double diamond threshold. Otherwise, we'd just play like... We'd be playing William Rowan in this deck if we could afford double diamond threshold cards. I don't think we can, unfortunately, though. Honestly, a Royal Herald might just be fine. The fixing is not negligible. I don't think I want another 3. How many twos do I have? I guess I have 11 twos. Maybe I could play a 3. It's definitely a 2 or a 3. I don't want any more 4s or 5s. This card's cute. I haven't seen this before. That card might actually be playable in something else. Not this deck, though. We can play like a 1 of Ardent Officer. This is an OK 3. I don't know. See, the problem with Royal Herald is that she doesn't fix for Diamond. Like, if I could play Royal Herald off of blood thresholds to make Diamond, that's fine, but she only makes blood. Is this card unplayable? I'm gonna try one. I guess Ruby's kind of hard. We only have 9. Yeah, I want it to be a blood or a diamond 2-drop. I don't want another card that requires Ruby. I think 10 Ruby cards is more than enough. I guess with 10 Ruby cards and 9 threshold, I'm just gonna play a Royal Herald. I think that's conservative. Let's do that. Alright, let's battle. And again, deck... Actually, what am I doing here? I want to check the... I think I want some... What do the reserves look like? I was thinking I wanted Inquisitions in the board. I don't think I have any in here right now. Yeah, I don't have any Inquisitions in here. 3 Gemborn Prowler might be overkill. 3 Hope Heart Unicorn might be overkill. Do I need this Crimson Bolt? So how many ways do I have to kill vampires? I have 2 kills and a Casualty of War. I probably don't need this Crimson Bolt. Against control decks, we would definitely want some Inquisitions and Withering Touches. Yeah, that's probably enough ways. I don't know if I need 4 or 3 Gemborn Prowlers either, but that card's just like uniquely powerful against all of these Crusader decks that are running around. So I don't think we'll be sad to have Gemborn Prowler. in our 75, and I have 3, 4, 5, technically 8 ways to kill a Vampire King, so yeah, that's probably fine. Alright, let's battle now. Battle! Also, this is exciting. This is something. Yeah, Professor Tom, I was just about to link it, Tom. Thanks for posting that. Yeah, Tom, I actually designed the burn deck that's going to be in the shop. Van Meter and Varanus and I, we talked, and we each primarily worked on one deck, but we all had input on all 3 of them. So I'm excited. That's really awesome that they're doing that. That, like, people can just pick something up for a reasonable amount and then start just dive right into the ladder. But everyone's having a good morning, afternoon, or night, wherever you're at in the world. Thanks for just been part of your Tuesday here with us, battling some Hex TCG. Little Jack and the Beanstalk on my t-shirt. I put myself through undergrad working in children's theater. I was not on stage. I was lighting and audio design and management. But it was a good time. It's a lot of fun. We had budget restrictions while we built the decks. We're playing 2 different tribal shards in the deck. We're playing 2 different tribal shards in the deck, Ryvik, so we have kind of strict conditions on what 2-drops we can and can't, troops we can and can't play. Look at that. The world's our oyster here. Definitely a keep. Would like another shard in our first couple of draws here. Yeah, 25 shards, definitely ideal. We'll lead on blood here on 1 unless we draw a shard that doesn't make a temporary resource. Alright, Call of the Mountain God. And then if we don't draw another shard next turn, we'll have the tough choice between Ruby and Diamond on this. I think it's going to have to be Diamond, but it's close. The only reason I'd be inclined to make Ruby is because we have more Diamonds than Rubies to draw out of the rest of our deck. So, shard, any shard, any shard. Alright, sweet. So now we just get to make Ruby with this. And then this is actually kind of an interesting question on which 2-drop we want to play. I think we want to play Tezozo in this matchup, because if our opponent has Underworld Crusader, the Tezozo can attack into it, because it'll have 4 power, whereas this only has 3 power. So this will be able to attack into his turn 3, 4, 4. God, this hand on the play would have been nuts. We wouldn't have had the 3rd shard to make our decision easier, but hand still would have been very good. I guess you could go Thing, into Brunier Hierophant here and have a 5-power Dork. That's annoying. So this cannot attack into this. Neither of them can attack into his turn 3, 5, 5. Removal would be great. I need to be more specific. So Casualty of War does have plenty of targets in his deck, but this does not kill Does not kill Ruinier Hierophant. I'm just going to go ahead and play Hero of Legend out here. Can't play Claw of the Mountain God because it requires double blood, otherwise we definitely would play that. I hate how Cyane, you're basically like, they did this great thing for players, like creating these starter decks is great for new players, and you're just like sitting here trying to think of all the possible worst case things that could happen for them, like all of the possible reasons why these things could be awful. That must be so sad to go through life just like always trying to figure out what's the worst possible thing about everything. Wow, that's really aggressive. I guess he doesn't expect all the speed stuff out of us. Alright, well that's pretty good. If we run some shards off here, we're going to be in a good spot if we just get to go Exalted Knight into Cluthu here. Especially with a champion power here to make something not be able to block on the medium. These icons mean Ardent and Underworld, and you can see here, my troop is Ardent. That's what the faction is here on the left side of the card. So this is an Ardent card, and this is an Underworld card. So you have two things in here? He does not, so that's good. So he didn't scrounge that. Sure, you have an 8/8. It's annoying that these two can trade, but whatever. Alright, come on. Shard that makes temporary resource next to your draws. Heyo. Alright, so we're playing that, and we're playing Exalted Knight here. And I don't think I need to make this not be able to block. Yeah, let's just... I guess I could have made this not be able to block. If he has Croc here, we're going to be... If he has Wild Threshold Croc, we're going to be in a bad spot. I don't think I'm supposed to use this turn. Oh, you know what? I am, because otherwise any troop kills us. Yep. Have to do this, which is unfortunate, because then this is going to be able to block next turn. That doesn't play Croc, though. I'm fairly certain those decks are just going to be, you buy them and the cards get added to your collection and then it auto-populates the deck list in the deck editor for you. Any troops he plays here will enter the battlefield exhausted, which is nice. Alrighty, so what are we doing here? Martyr this dork, Casualty of War, this one, Crunch with my nerds. I think we're definitely martyring this. Have to do that. The question is, am I attacking this Exalted Knight into his 3/4? I don't think I am. I think I'm just supposed to hit him with the Ardent Crusader here. Yeah. So he's not blocking his 3/4 to my 4/4. Not in a million years. Then we're just going to go ahead and pass here. If he has Croc this turn, we're still in trouble. So you might attack with both of these here. Yep, so we'll go ahead and Casualty of War the Vampire King. Take our 3. Cottontail Explorer enters exhausted because of Exalted Knight. We got one. We're on the board. All right. Sweet. Definitely want the Gemborn Prowlers. His best troops get killed by these. I I actually don't think Bloodsworn's that good in this matchup. I think a lot of what he has going on, this just doesn't line up well against. I wouldn't mind some casualty, like one more casualty of war probably. Zozo seems fine. How many orcs? That's one of the things you have to be careful of when you're boarding with this style of deck, is that you have to make sure your orc count stays high and your human count stays high, so boarding's kind of awkward. This is a necrotic, so it doesn't help with either. This is 8, 9, 10, well, this is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, so probably don't want to cut any more orcs. Inquisition Extreme. I don't think we want, we're not going to make double blood on Jew very consistently. I only want to board this in against decks where I'm happy with it in the late game. I'd kind of like one more casualty of war here. Hero of Legend isn't fantastic, I don't think. I could also see a Protectorate Defender going away. This card isn't great on the draw, I guess. Are there any better gems I could put in this? Speed's not good. I'm already using speed. Deals double damage. Actually, I guess... Huh. I want to put double damage in these, because that allows them to attack into 4/4s. And that might be wrong, but I just want to try it out. Oh, did your show turn off? Oh, okay. I have to change a diaper real quick. His show did turn off, but I have to change a diaper here. I've got some poop. Come back here, you. You're a scamp, you know that?
Love is all you need.
What was this hand do? Wow, this hand's great. Keep. Got 2, 3. Hopefully we draw 4, something to fill in. Opponent mulligan to 6. Martyr's not bad, so we're going to play this on blood for 1. Remember, we do have some double blood cards. There's a lot of Bombus variants that can be built for that price range, and they probably have some overlap with the cards that you have from Yodel. So next turn we go Cobblestones for Ruby, play Bloodsworn. Following turn we go Cobblestones for Diamond, play Hero. Ooh, Quash Ridge. And Quash Ridge can give an Orc Rage later on, so I definitely prefer to use this to make my Ruby as opposed to the Quash Ridge. So the Cobblestones can make 3 different thresholds, even though we're just playing this as a dual shard in this deck. It's not, we don't care about the Sapphire that this makes. So this card is a 3/3 with Crush for 2 that we can sacrifice another troop to give it Rage 1 permanently. Alright, there's a rabbit, that's fine. And then I think we're just supposed to martyr this dork and crunch for 3 next turn. Yeah, I'm going to play this for Diamond. I could play the Hero. I guess playing the Hero is more resource efficient. Yeah, I'm actually going to do that. It doesn't push damage this turn, and we take a hit, but we've got a lot of life to start with. So, ooh, this is Hero Fall insurance for our 3-drops, so they don't get taken out of our hand. That's really sweet. I didn't even think about that. So, like, if they go to he goes to, like, Hero Fall this, we can sack it. Alright, let's go ahead and play this Quash Ridge Rubble, which we don't need the Threshold Summit, so we'll give one of our dorks Rage here. And then I'm going to go ahead and just do this to his Hierophant here, so I can't attack or block until end of turn. And then this allows us to martyr a Croc next turn if he has one. I'm going to go ahead and Valor... I'm going to Valor here. So Hero of Legend gives us a Valor whenever one of our Ardent troops hits our opponent. And it also says when he attacks, all of your Valorous troops gain Indestructible. So I want to Martyr here if he crocs us, and then we can clue Lasgar, clue next turn. So we kind of have a decision here. I could just jam this, but like then we're kind of exposed to Croc. Although I guess he has to double block, right? He doesn't have to double block. I feel like I just shouldn't let myself get crocked. This also isn't stellar. None of our plays are stellar against removal. Yeah, YOLO. Piece of candy. Hey, I'm gonna put, Jake was fighting, I'm gonna put his pants back on. It's a little cool down here. I'll be right back and we'll play another match.
Hey, what are you doing? Are you stuck? Can I help? Let's put your pants back on. It's cold down here. I want your legs to be cold. Stand up. You know how pants work. Other leg. Rat. Alright, go play.
You know, I almost went and bought a bunch of Zanyas before this started, but I don't think this deck's actually that good. It's fun, which I mean probably means people are going to buy them. Having kids sounds like a mess. Yep. Yep, you're basically carrying... Having a toddler is basically like caring for a drunk roommate all the time. The weaknesses of this deck are probably that it's not very good, and the real thing is it's probably not super consistent with the shard base. I'm very good. I have a lot of experience building like kind of wacky resource bases from Magic and Hex 2 now, and I've got this. I doubt that this is right. This is like a second draft of the resource base. Like I drafted once, talked to a friend about it, changed a couple of shards. And I think this is probably close. It feels reasonably smooth in these games, but 3 shards is kind of a tough sell. Peace, Tom. So his champion for 4 returns a troop with cost 2 or less from his crypt to his hand. This is not a champion that's super popular either, so we'll see. There's also value to playing a deck like what I'm playing with this champion. So my opponent can probably put me on an Ardent deck with this champion, but not necessarily the one that I'm playing. We will keep for sure. We got 1 Primal Prism in here as our fifth duel. It's one charge. This makes any threshold of our choice or gives us a charge. I think we're playing this for Diamond on 1, and then hopefully we hit a resource in here so we can go Tezozo into Ardent Crusader. It would be nice if we could win a coin flip with our aggro deck. I don't know offhand nonsense. We had a price limit, not a rares / legendaries limit. And there's some argument to playing this Prism out so I can guaranteed play a 3-drop next turn, but I'm hoping to just be lucky and draw a shard that makes a temporary resource next turn. Because if we do this and then hit a shard that makes a temporary resource next turn, we're probably going to be pretty hard pressed to lose going Ardent into Ardent. Especially with him missing a shard here. That's great too. We'll 100% take this trade. That's fine. Yeah, and he's happy to take that trade as well, because this card's just going to kill him if it goes unchecked. We'll play this Primal Prism out for a Ruby Threshold here, and play this Protectorate Defender. This is another reason having a critical mass of 2s is important in a deck like this, because your 2s are also played on your 3 when you have a shard that doesn't make a temporary resource like we just did there. And next turn, this Ardent Crusader comes down with speed, and he gets hit for a lot. It's 8 damage, unless we get a shard for Zana, which we did. Let's play this, get a second Ruby, not that it really matters. We don't need second Ruby or second Diamond. So this only has Rage 1 right now, but every time this attacks, every troop in our hand gets Rage 1. So we're just going to play her and attack here. Actually, maybe I'm supposed to play the Exalted Knight there, because that way his troops come into play exhausted. Does he have a Martyr here? If he has a Martyr, he probably wants to Martyr this. Alright, so I'm putting him on no Martyr. Could have a Repel here for the Zanya. It's Zanya, right? Not Zana. Zanya, yeah. Wow, if we just get to ready with this again next turn, he's probably super dead. Especially if we had a Shard next turn, we have a Champion Power, an Ardent Crusader, and a Martyr. What are my favorite types of decks to play? I like to play aggressive mid-range decks, because mid-range decks tend to have a little bit more play to them, and aggressive decks can punish your opponent when they stumble, like our opponent did here. Like, this game is basically over. And now any troops he plays out are going to... Oh, non-Ardent troops. I guess he has a lot of Ardent troops, so this actually isn't terribly good in this matchup. Just a speed guy. I guess I should have played this, but whatever. This was more resource efficient. That's fine. And we have an Ardent Crusader in our hand to kill him. Not that he knows that. Crunch. Again, this Casualty of War doesn't seem particularly great. This may or may not be good. This may or may not be good. I'm going to board in at least one. The second one might be better than the Exalted Knight. We've got 3 Martyrs, 2 kills, and a Casualty of War in the main, and I've got 2 more casualties in the reserves. And Gemborn's Prowler's like pseudo-removal. I'm not playing Hero Fall, not because of budget reasons, but because double blood on 3 is going to be hard sometimes. These claws, like I mentioned when we started, might be a little bit ambitious, but there's only 2 double blood cards on 3, so I think this card's got enough upside as just like a heavy beater. That's probably fine. Yeah, I think I'm just going to swap the Casualty of War for Gemborn Prowler, because he very likely has Protectorate Defender or possibly Ardent Crusader in his deck. And if we see one or both of these cards in the next game, especially Ardent Crusader, if he shows us Crusader in the second game, I'm going to bring in all 3 of the Gemborn Prowlers, but there's a non-zero chance there's not Ardent Crusaders in his deck, so I don't want to go all in on these Prowlers. Hex decided to take a nap. This is the part where, if you've never seen me stream Hex before, I let you know that I'm playing Hex on an unsupported operating system. I'm running the Windows version of Hex on a Linux computer using Wine technology, which is kind of a compatibility layer to let me play Windows applications on Linux. So, that's why. That's not Hex's fault. I don't know what Drew's Walker is. Yes, the Kaigalichu deck that's fairly popular right now, I would consider an aggressive mid-range deck. I enjoy this style of deck. Can someone post the text? Post the card. Text on whatever that card is, Buffety. This is a good example of a hand we can't keep. No blood threshold. I'm not even sure we'd keep this even if we had. And this might be a reason why. Drew's Walker, set 5, crush, this must attack. I think the speed guide's better than that. That doesn't seem particularly great. Have you tried it? Have you tried it recently, Master Chief? They added performance options in the settings in this most recent update. This hand's not exciting, but it's a keep. Yeah, I think Kulu here is better than the 8/8, especially because like it just makes all their blockers useless. Like this Hex has a lot of board states where just like the boards sit there and build up across from each other. That was an okay pickup. Oh, you know what, Master Chief? And this may or may not be your issue. One of my buddies, it's not a MacBook, but it's a Windows computer, but it has an NVIDIA and an Intel graphics card in it, and for some reason, Hex was defaulting to using the Intel graphics card instead of the NVIDIA chipset in the computer, and it was running really slowly because the Intel card's much worse. It's there for power saving. So if your laptop has one of those hybrid graphics cards that has both of them for power saving reasons, you might want to look into that. If you want to try and fix it. You know, maybe you don't. 4/6, that's rude. Okay, so he does have this, so we're going to bring in all the Gemborn Prowlers. And maybe it was a safe bet to bring in all the Gemborn Prowlers. I think I'm just going to kill this. Yeah, this only returns 2 or less, right? Yeah. That's why I've never played this champion. Not being able to get back your powerful 3 seems bad. Just going to take this dork off the table. And I'm not going to attack this into the Phantoms because I would like him to trigger on my Ardent Crusader, at least when he attacks, so. What you got? Yep. And if he just plays one blocker out here, we need to go Shard, Champion, Power, Ardent Crusader, crack him for 8. And like I said, that may or may not be the reason I'm not their tech support, but if you want to try and find out why that could possibly be it. Do I want to? Yeah, I think I want to get another activation out of this. So I'm just gonna go ahead and lock his 3/2 down here. This is definitely a little aggressive, but like if we rip a blood threshold next turn and get to like play this out, like definitely want this still in play. It's just like makes all of his blocks bad. And this card's up to Rage 2 now. And again, we're missing the blood threshold here, which is this is the cost of playing a triple shard deck. We mulliganed our first hand because we didn't have blood, and then we kept a hand that didn't have blood, but we had a castable in it at least, so. Come on, Ruby Threshold. Okay, that's playable at least. Do I want to ship with both of these? He'd have to either trade here. Yeah, I think I'm okay shipping with both of these. This becomes a 5/5, which means it eats most of his board if he wants to, and this is giving this more rage. Blood. Oh, I said blood, right? Yeah, I mean Ruby. Do what I mean, not what I say, Duck. That's really good. Oh wait, I can transform this into a Bone Warrior? Yeah, that seems... yeah, continue to declare defense. Bone Warrior's a 1/2? Sure, let's see what he does. Do I spend my turn activating this? I might. Huh. Nah, that's probably not worth it. I'll just trade these, yep. That was a very good transmog, you're not wrong. This has Rage 4 now, which is nice. Field Tactician, this has a one-shot exhaust target thing. Ruby Threshold! Okay. And I think I'm okay just trading the Tizozo off here. He might one-shot exhaust this, and if he exhausts this, I'm not going to attack the Tizozo in. So I don't really want to trade this for his 2/1. That draws a card, yeah. So I'm just going to wait a turn here, I think. Especially considering if we rip a Ruby Threshold, we can play this Cluthu next turn. Alright, he found his third Threshold here, so I'm assuming he's got things he hasn't been able to play in his hand. Talon's pretty good. Draw some cards, gain some life. Hopefully we hit this Ruby Threshold and get to play this and then crunch. Okay. Well, we're definitely playing this. The question then becomes, what am I attacking with? I think it's these two. Am I attacking with these two? No, I think I'm just going to pass here. Yeah, I'm just going to pass. Yeah, I'm going to pass because we can play this next turn guaranteed. And he could have removal here. If he has removal here for this, it's a little awkward, but I think it's worth it. He might just, like... He's probably fairly light on removal overall and just has, like, a bunch of dorks in his hand. Come on, just play two guys out. Yeah, there you go. You know, he's got multiple of these. I wonder if the only action in his deck is the Time Walk. This card's about to be a huge beating. This is way better than that 8/8. It's like been better than the 8/8 every time we've played it, but I just would like to reiterate that it definitely is. So the music is, maybe I should turn that down a little bit. It's actually a children's show that has Beatles music in it, so hopefully I don't get flagged for copyright. And this has Crush, so this is guaranteed getting through, and we'll see he can chump the rest of these. Rawr, and they keep this permanently, right? So he blocked a couple of things and then drew some cards because of the Mirror Knight trigger. So he can return these to his hand, but they're permanently -5/-5, so... And this has Rage 1 now because this attacked. When this attacks, all troops in our hand get Rage 1. Sure, you have another thing. Sure. You have all the troops. I have a Crush guy. My guys are angry and they have Crush! Yeah! Orc Smash! This is just like the best Orc Smash deck. Oh, does the interplay? It is only until end of turn. Oh, okay. That's fair. Each opposing troop gets this turn. Okay. So I thought that was permanent because it was just killing them every time, but I guess that is less good for us. Alright, so this is hitting him. This is hitting for 9. I think we're attacking with all of these for sure. Yeah, I'm just gonna crunch with all 3 of these. And this has Crush, so... Man, if you're attacking with one of these and have another one in your hand, it gets Rage 2 for this one attacking. No, it's this little lawnmower thing that makes the noise when he pushes it around. So it's got a fake engine in it. God, I almost want a 3rd copy of this card. This card is sweet. Oh, I guess this is unique. So yeah, that's probably ideal. Alright, so we're just like trading off his board here. Yep, those trade. These trade. These also trade. Yep. So he goes to 3. We get some phantoms. He draws a bunch of cards. We play a Crush Idiot out. No real reason to play this shard, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pass. The Crush Idiot's good here. I'm assuming he's gonna have some kind of removal here, though. He's also got a champion activation to bring one of his cheaper guys back. He's putting a phantom back in his hand to block these flying guys, and he's just dead. Alright, well. The casual 3-0 on the day. Gosh. This deck's way sweeter than I thought it was going to be. We've had some threshold issues, but we're persevering so far. I don't know that I like Claw of the Mountain God. I don't know that this is a card that I like playing in the deck. So how many orcs do I have right now? Can I cut these mountain gods for something else? I've got 7, 8, 9, 10, it's 11, 12. Nah, I probably want 12 orcs. Yeah, 12 is probably the line on orcs. That's why I had those. 7, 10, yeah. Yeah, let's just keep playing. It's powerful enough to be worth playing for the orc shard, I think. Sure, yeah, just like running the trigger off is fine. It's a shame that card's a Venom and not an orc. there's a limit to the amount of those that you can play. So like I said, the more you have, the more likely you're not going to be able to play them on 3, because the part of the Venn diagram where I have my double blood threshold card and I don't have double blood threshold, that's going to overlap more often when you have more double blood threshold cards. With the 16 blood threshold producing resources we have now, about 75% of the time we'll be able to play the card turn 3 on the play. Lasgar's at Orchid Spirit, right? Basically. Sand's threat light, but it plays Bloodsworn on 2, and we've got some removal to back it up, so that seems fine. My opponent is disconnected. I wonder if Ace's computer took a nap. Hope everyone's having a good morning, afternoon, night, wherever you're at in the world. I hope you're having a good day. Thanks for choosing to spend part of your day here with us. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I'm a professional TCG player. I produce Hex and Magic content here on this channel, as well as my website. And you can find my YouTube channel, my personal site linked below. Yeah, I've played decks with Crossroads Tusker plus Protector Defender. The problem with that is make sure I didn't disconnect here. The problem with that is 1-drops are really bad right now. I don't want 1-drops to die to... One of the things that's really sweet about this deck that I'm playing right now is none of my troops just get eaten by Carnosaur and leave a Carnosaur on the table. They all have 2 power or more. Carnosaur is actually not even that good against my 2-drops. Like, we've got a lot of things with 3 in the butt. We have a couple of 2-1s still, but like those at least trade with Carnosaur. I'm going to restart here just in case it's my issue. I haven't gotten a Phantom disconnect in a long time. Just make sure. Don't want to squander our first coin fling. Woo! Jake's so funny. He loves all these Beatles songs. It's nice having a kid show where I can stomach the music. It's the... If you haven't watched it, even if you don't have kids, or if you have like a girlfriend, the show's adorable. Like, it's called Beat Bugs. It's an animated show where these bugs in this kid's backyard sing the Beatles music. Hoagland in the sky with Ardent, right? Alright, play this for our Ruby Threshold. Gust Mage is a 0/1 flight, makes a Valor when it comes into play. That's a good draw. We just want to draw threats at this point. We have a functional resource base. Only thing we can't play is the one double blood card that we have. We're playing Constructed Rank today. Right now we're playing a 3-color Ardent deck. That's really good. So this costs 2 less the turn you draw it, and it makes a Valor for each Ardent troop he controls. So we're just probably gonna kill this. Yeah, and then the turn after we can go Martyr plus this guy. Oh, he had the discard. That's really unlucky. So kill his 3/4, attack him with our 3/3 crush. Yeah, my comment on I love when people Magic has their pro tour, and there's a number of times I've heard people refer to themselves as professionals because they're on something called the pro tour. But people often say, pro stands for professional, and really it's promotional because it's a promotional vehicle for WotC. That's what it is. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and attack with my 3/3 here. So I'm definitely playing Bloodsworn out here. The question is, am I holding this Martyr up or not? Opponent missed a shard drop, so I kind of want to hold the Martyr because he's going to be able to Valor this and attack and make 3 resources and play up to 4 resources worth of stuff. I could also just play this Protectorate Defender though, and then Martyr whatever he plays and keep pressuring him. I think I like that better actually. So let him get his hit in here, and then play whatever he has, and then Martyr him afterwards. Yep, so like I said, he's going to go ahead and Valor his guy here, and I could just trade these, I suppose. This card has... It doesn't... Oh, it's a 4 toughness now. Okay. So he had 2... Right, we knew he had multiple Valor, so I can't actually trade 1 for 1. I don't want to trade 2 for 1. Yeah, so like I said, we're just going to take this hit, and then Martyr the thing he plays. So he gets 4 resources when this hits us, which hopefully we can deal with the things he's going to be playing out here. There's an Ardent Crusader, which makes another Valor for him. Valor's up his guy, that's fine. If we hit a Shard here, we might just Champ Power it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm just going to Champ Power this guy. Choose Rage. That one got Rage. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and Champ Power this. And then we attack with all of our guys, and they are all Ardent, so Protector Defender is going to ready them and give them +1 power. It's very possible here I'm supposed to have martyred this and have this for next turn. Yeah, that might have been more correct. We'll see what he does here. If he attacks in with this, I think I'm going to block with Tezozo and then sack Tezozo to give this Rage 1. Yep. No blocks. Alright, well, let's draw for the turn. I guess if I draw... I'm guaranteed martyring this. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and martyr this so that way if we draw a 4 drop or a... If we draw a 3 or a 4, we can... or 4 or 5, we can go ahead and play it. I drew a Shard. Alright, so... I can sack Tezozo to here and then crunch with everything. Yeah, I think I mismanaged my resources this game. He's just got so many cards left. I think I'm supposed to sack the Tezozo. And then this will be a 5 whatever. So I can attack into these guys. Yeah. Yep, those blocks make sense. We do have draws that can get us out of this. He's going to get to vomit his hand out this turn. Ooh, that's not good for us. So now he has... Yeah, so if he has a Heart of Embers here, Bring to Justice, sure. He could have Heart of Embers too, because like this is going to turn into a 6 power guy and give him 6 resources. Yeah, probably just dead here. Yeah, I think the pivotal turn was I should have martyred... I should have martyred the turn I champion powered instead of vice versa, because then I would have been able to champion power. That still would have gotten the blocker out of the way, and then would have been able to champion power the next turn to get a blocker out of the way. Yeah, that was definitely the mistake. Should definitely bring in all the Gemborn Prowlers. Casualty of War is unplayable. Exalted Knight. Can I cut this? Yeah, I have more than enough. So I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so I can cut this because this just doesn't do anything against his dorks. No, I could have sacked the defender after he blocked it. It ended up not mattering, but he's definitely right. I could and probably should have done that. I don't hate Hope Heart Unicorn in this matchup, but double Diamond's a little bit awkward to get sometimes. It's Lava Sheep are good in this deck over Claw. Maybe. That's really interesting, because that's an orc. Maybe I cut a defender, or cut it to Zozo? No. I'm going to cut it to Zozo. And I'm going to put double damage in these again. I think I like double damage against these other Crusader decks, because it lets this trade up into his 4 toughness guys. Thank you for pointing out the defender sack. It's just first time playing with these cards. Definitely not used to it. His hand does not have Blood Threshold or Ruby Threshold, obviously, but I think it's definitely a keep. We're on the play. We've got 2 powerful 3s. Like, let's just hope to run goods. Play that for Blood on 1. If we're really lucky, we'll hit a Ruby Threshold on 2, and just like to get to go this into this, and then he hopefully can't win. I guess if he has Soloist here, it's gonna be bad for us. All right, come on, Ruby Threshold. Come on, Ruby Threshold. Come on, Ruby Threshold. Come on, Ruby Threshold. Rats. And again, that's the very real cost of playing a deck that has 3 different threshold requirements in it. There are links to the deck list below the stream. There's a giant button in the stream information that says Hex Decks. Very, very large, cannot miss it. Well, I guess you can miss it, because you just did, but, you know, difficult to miss. If you... Probably just dead. I'm going to offer this trade because this is going to be a 5-5 here in a second. And then he's just going to go Ruby Shard, Heart of Embers, and we're going to die. No, I think this card is worth playing. It's definitely... Yeah, this is probably just Ruby Shard, Heart of Embers. He might just not have another... Okay, he has a resource. So what does he have? Moonrise, perhaps? Just double 2? Okay, and a Valor. Yep. Ruby Threshold. Alright, yep. I'm just gonna go ahead and call it a day. Yeah, let's just get on with our life. God, that feels bad. Win 3, move to 10, lose 1, go right back to where we started. We'll play to 1 more loss with this deck, and then we'll swap to something. We'll actually probably play the deck that Ace just beat us with. It's very powerful. It's a Ruby Diamond mid-range aggro deck. Super consistent. Yep, and it's fine. And again, the shard base might want 1 to 2 more ruby. Again, we have a Lasgar Bloodsworn here without a ruby threshold to play it. But we do have 2-3 here. And I think that's what we want to look at. We don't want to look at replacing Bloodsworn because this card's really powerful as a 3/3 crush on 2. I think we want to look at it as how do we twist the shard base a little bit to make this more playable. Change course is interesting, especially at basic action speed on his turn. He banned 2 shards. Okay, it's the illusion of choice. Play. I want to play Protector Defender out here because if he just like makes a Bumblebot, he can leave it back to block to Zozo. And I'd much rather play Hero and get in with Protectorate. Either of them die to Ruby removal next turn, so that's not relevant. Zigman Game both died to that too. It's sweet that he used a Zigman's Game on my 1 toughness guy because I've got 3 and 4 toughness guys here to play out. This does not have a faction. This does not have a faction either. Okay. So this is something that's a little bit awkward. I want to play the... No, I guess that's not awkward at all. Yeah, I'm an idiot. I was going to say, I can just play this. We want to get Ruby with this. Let's just play this out. And then play the Hero of Legend to be resource efficient. And then next turn we can go 2/2s. Oh, he played 2 things last turn? I forget that... Wait, what? What 2 things did he play last turn? This is not good for the home team here. We're getting beat down here real bad. Another Hero of Legend. These guys can't really block anyways. Let's go ahead and play Bloodsworn out, I think. And then we have to try and... attack with this. I think I'm doing this to his 2/2 here. Yep. Psychotic Arsonist. Sure. That's interesting. You have Scorch in his deck that he's going to attack this into here? He must have Scorch in his deck, right? I think I'm fine with that trade. I guess he's going to make this guy bigger, technically, but... Let's go ahead and Casualty of War this. Wow, no Scorch. Just lets me eat his guy. Okay, well, we're playing this for sure. Then I think I'm gonna crunch with both of these, play a Valor, crunch with both of these. This guy, putting Valors on a Crush guy is nice. And then play to Zozo, and then hold Martyr. Yeah, our champion power here might have been the swing we needed to pull ahead in this race. Casualty of War is pretty good in this matchup. It's good quality 2 cost removal. He also didn't get his combat training back last turn because the Bumblebot didn't hit us. Psychotic Arsonist, sure. Wow, this attack's super aggressive. Huh. I think I'm just like no blocks here, right? Actually, I'm going to block this to encourage him to play stuff. And I can martyr it. Oh, he's just trading? Huh. Huh. How much damage do I have next turn? I can... What if I martyr my own guy? If I martyr my own guy, next turn I have 4, 9... That's short. Oh, Vengeance. That's a real card. Huh. That's why he attacked in last turn. Yeah, really good chat. Good chat. It's definitely Vengeance. My beautiful bluff. No, I think you know what you're doing, and I think I'm doing this. He could have removal plus Vengeance here. Wow, are we getting blown out here? Wow, yeah, it looks like we're just getting blown out. No, wait, can I... He's exactly dead, right? Yeah, so I do this. This is 10, 11, and then sack a guy for rage 1 is exactly lethal. Okay, sweet. Sweet. Close race. Really close. Sweet. Like a good tight race. Alright, so Casualty of War definitely coming in. This is real good against Knob Gobbler. Let's cut the Claw of the Mountain God. It's a quick clock, but doing damage to ourselves seems real bad. I wouldn't hate a Soothing Breeze. I can probably cut at least one of these because I'm not doing a ton of blocking. It might even be right to cut both of these just because it costs 5. It's also a speed threat off the top in the late game, though, which is reasonable. Tezozo doesn't seem particularly impressive. I wouldn't hate having access to some copies of Inquisition because this is technically a removal spell for Flickering Gobbler. It's a little bit hard to cast early, but he'll have Flickering Gobbler stuck in his hands. So yeah, I'm going to cut one Tezozo and bring in this. I kind of don't mind cutting this to bring in another Inquisition. That would still leave my troop count at... it's getting a little low at 24. I'm going to leave one of those in. Let's bring in one Inquisition, the Casualty of Wars, and the Soothing Breeze. Soothing Breeze is just a good, Soothing Breeze is the type of card that can just, swing a race completely for us. You know, the number of cards that people tell me aren't playable that I end up playing, it's just I just don't even listen to them anymore. I just look at the card list myself and decide what is and isn't playable, because most people think these cards aren't playable. Alright, sorry, I was doing something in the background for a second. Sorry for the pause. Easy mulligan. Keep. Pretty reasonable keep, too. Breeze is much better in the mono ruby matchup. So what am I doing here? Definitely playing this, I think. Yeah, let's just play this. Let's get a blood threshold. Yeah, because we've got Inquisitions in our deck. Yeah, we need double blood for those. We cut the double blood Mountain God, but we added Inquisition, which is double blood. And next turn we'll go Ruby, play Bloodsworn, and then Diamond, play Defender. And then Bloodsworn demands a Crackling Bolt right off the bat. I think it's a little bit too inconsistent. I tested the Mentor of the Breeze in the original Human Ardent deck I played in the CCS. I ended up just playing Soothing Breeze there because I just always wanted the life right off the bat. Into a 0/1, put a troop with cost equal to or less than this troops from your hand into play. Put this in your hand, this gets +1 cost. Sure. No blocks. This says attack, gives Donna rage 1. Alright, that's fine. Play this. I don't think Zanya's gonna be enough to swing this race with the Flickering Gobbler. I guess it's going to depend on how many actions he has to support the Flickering Gobbler. This doesn't work how I want it to work, does it? I think this goes back to his hand, which is really stupid. Yeah, why does that go back to his hand? That should not work like that. I don't even think I should show him that I have this card. It says double damage on it. Yeah, that's so dumb. We get a game on the play here. Inquisition definitely seems reasonable. Yeah, I don't think I want to change anything. Zozo definitely seems... I guess Zozo definitely seems bad, because he's got the stupid... Yeah, I'm going to bring the extra Inquisition over this to Zozo. Zozo does not line up well against his Bumblebots or his Prophecy Dorks. No, I want the discard primarily to be able to grab Flickering Gobblers. There's going to be a lot of hands he has where it just doesn't hit anything. Go first. I might keep this. Blood is our most commonly represented shard. Even in the event that we get a little bit unfortunate and run off more diamond shards, we still have 2-drop into 3-drop here. We could just not draw shards at all in Brick and Die, but that's going to be a risk with anything. Casualty of War is pretty reasonable here. This Inquisition we're pretty far off of playing, but... Yep. In a perfect world, we'll draw Blood or Orc Shard next turn. In a less perfect world, we're going to brick all together. If we draw Blood Shard with 2 Casualties of War, we should be able to win whatever race he wants to put up. Okay, yep. Come on. Shard that makes a temporary resource. Okay. It's better than nothing. If we draw a Blood Shard next turn, we can go that plus that. Let's play this dork out. Not only do we want to go bigger, but one drops aren't well positioned in the format in general because of all the copies of Carnosaur that are running around. If he attacks in with these as 1/1s, okay, which he's not, so I think I might block. I think my Hero of Legend is jumping in front of this one with a 3 on it. I think the odds of him going double action here are pretty low, so yeah, I'm gonna try and block here. And if he has one more action, we trade, but he doesn't get his combat training back then. Solo battle, sure. Okay, so he gets his combat training back because he does double damage and it gets crush. And this flips. Blood Threshold. Oh, there's a Soothing Breeze. I guess this would be better here as the troop, but the deck my opponent's playing really isn't a deck in the format. It's not popular. I mean, why would this get more popular when they fix the issue? The list my opponent's playing is likely not affected by the issue. The deck list my opponent's playing is not Prophecy Burn. The issue with Prophecy Burn is a Thunderfield Elder, Thunderfield Seer bug, which we haven't seen Elder out of him yet. We've seen Seer, but not Elder. So this card gets +3/+3 permanently every time you play an action now. So I'm going to go ahead and make that not be able to attack or block next turn. Maybe I'm just supposed to Casualty of War that now. I don't know, that's tough. Wow, that's bold. God damn it. Wow. That's so frustrating. That card is so tilting. Like both of his threats are awesome here. And he runs the gambit on Zigabot's game to kill one of mine. And an Arcane Zephyr, yep. Wow, it just has all this protection, just like... And it's not even like we wanted to hit this obviously, but even if we just hit his Bumblebot with like these 2 Casualty of Wars in our hand, we should be more than able to win the race. Oh, I'm very salty. And then he has a Phoenix in his hand too, sure. Sure, yep. Oh, there's the extra blood threshold for this Inquisition. Yep. We're going to go back to playing the deck that's more consistent than this. Just kill his 12/12 now. And I'm sure there's a Flickering Gobbler on top of his deck. Alright, I mean, if he bricks and attacks with everything, we have draws that kill him here. I guess we don't have draws that do that if he makes a combat training and Bumblebot to block. It's unfortunate. Which if he's smart, he's going to do that. He's going to play the combat training and then make a thing. Yep. Alright, so now we need to draw removal. And we bricked. So, I think we would have had a very real chance to win that game if he would have Zygomots gamed his own thing there. Do I want to do this one more time? Yeah, let's do it one more time. I feel like we got more than a little unlucky to lose that match there. Like we didn't or more we lost the coin flip to lose that match. Like our shards weren't super consistent there, but we lost that. Losing that coin flip was losing that match. If Thunderfield Elder and Thunderfield Seer both prophecy onto the same action, it doesn't draw 2 cards like it's supposed to currently. I don't think this is a keep. We have to... Yeah, I should relook at the shard base on this. Yep. Alrighty. Royal Herald, saving the day. Sure, and then he can play Phoenix, and then it's still his 1 dude to our 2, or it's 2 dudes to our 2 dudes, and then we have 2 removal spells, and he's tapped out, and he uses all of his resources in Cant Arcane Zephyr. So you are very wrong. You're very sorry. That was a little aggressive, but you are incorrect. If he hits his own card there, he has to spend all of his resources to Zygomots game again, and then if he Zygomots games again, he has a 33% chance to just lose again. So like he's just like super duper far behind. If he doesn't hit exactly like he hit. I'm snapping off a block here. When I play the 3/3 off the human shard, because I went on autopilot and chose the line that was available to me before I drew this card for this turn. So one of the things you do to get faster at TCGs to make decisions is you decide what your play is before you draw your card for the turn while your opponent's thinking. And I had decided what my play was. It was the shard into the Royal Herald, and then when I drew this, I didn't reassess what had happened, and that's why I just did what I did. So you pay for being faster sometimes. I don't think we're winning this game. We're gonna have to run off. He's got 4 pieces of action in his hand, so we're gonna have to run off some winners here to beat these 4 Mama Yetis that he has here in hand. Ooh, no Mama. I'm gonna martyr this because if he had another threat other than a Bolt Spasm, they all have speed and he would have played it already. So I'm just killing this guy and gonna hope to race with his Bloodsworn and whatever other action runs off the top of our deck here. Hopefully we just find some speed threats of our own. We have a lot of them. Alright, dead. So tie game on life totals, and he has a Monument to the Martyr. I mean, it's a habit that's gonna win you more matches than it's going to lose you, especially when you're playing paper TCGs and you have a shared clock. Here, it's less critical because like I have my own clock to burn. It's like randomly burning me as a basic action. Has Tony have Phoenix in his deck? He does have Phoenix in his deck. Okay. Well, I'm glad I have another martyr. Maybe he doesn't have, maybe he doesn't have matriarchs. Speed threat. It's exactly like a speed threat. And how many troops this game? 2? 8 shards and 12 cards. Alright, well at least he's not drawing threats. That's good for us. Glass half full. Hey, look, a speed threat. It's like our own Mama Yeti that's more expensive. She's a lady as well. An angry venom lady. Let's go play this out. The no draw effect life. No, it's not. It's just like, you know, it's even when you have draw spells in your deck, like you're gonna hit variance sometimes. Like that's how TCGs work, and Neo. You just gotta be realistic about it. Yeah, that card just gained a 7 and dealt 5. Sign me up. Next speed threat, please. One Ardent Crusader. Do, 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 do. 9 shards and 14 cards. And things worth noting, like, you know, that's a very big baby. What a large baby you have. Thanks to your murders. 10 shards and 15 cards. What do we keep? Yeah, keep was fine, right? It was like 1, 2, 3. Yeah. The mistake was not playing the Bloodsworn on 2 after we drew the human shard. Probably dead here because neither of these are shards in his hand, of course. Ooh, yeah, we're just dead to anything. It's 11 shards and 16 cards. Alright, what are we doing here? Casualty of War comes in, Soothing Breeze comes in. I don't hate Withering Touch. 'Cause I feel like he's going to be holding burn like Rage Fires and stuff to kill my Darks. Do I want Claws? Probably not. Zozo seems great. I think Claw the Mountain God is the cut here. What's the other cut? Is Zanya not good enough? I don't want to cut too many orcs though. This is 7, 10. I can probably cut 1. Probably one of these. Do I want Withering Touch? Maybe I don't. Maybe this is too much removal. Maybe I don't. I never want to see 2 martyrs in a game. Even 1 martyr's a little medium, but I probably want 4, 5, 6 removal spells is probably fine. Yeah, let's try this. Oh. Should have piled better. Good, solid advice. Chat's great. This hand really wants a 2-drop. Oh, you know what? Huh. I guess it's probably fine because we're on the play, but this should definitely have the +2 toughness gem in it. This should definitely have the +2 toughness gem in it. Wanted to draw a 2-drop there, ideally the Orc 2-drop, but you know, play the cards we're dealt. Don't arsonist me, please. Sweet. God bless you. I think I'm playing Hero of Legend here. I really want to block his 3-1, and I don't want to do it with this. Yeah, see, if this just had like the extra 3 toughness on it, we'd definitely play that. Yeah, I'm snapping off this block here. This is trading for his Bolt Spasm plus a burn out of his hand, so it's a gain 2. Takes his guy off table. Removal spell gain 2. It's basically Vampiric Kiss. Yep. Hey, Dino. So, again, I just really, because we're not on the aggressive here. I don't want to play this out because I don't have an orc and I need this to make Ruby for this guy at some point. I could just hold kill here. I could play this and get aggressive. I could play hero and sit on D. I think I'm playing hero and sitting on D. But he doesn't necessarily have Shard Mama, and he's no guarantee he has another Rage Fire. I think on average, Breeze is better than Kiss in these matchups. Alright, playing the Ardent Crusader out obviously would have been much better here. I wanted to save this for speed value, but yeah. So we're gonna lose this game because I put the wrong gem in this, basically. And yeah, now we're just playing this out. Yeah, because I should have played this out last turn. And something I often forget is to reassess what I'm supposed to do with my sockets in these matchups. Actually, I just forget this card is socketed. It just has so much going on. Don't Mama Yeti me, please. 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 Alright. Trade for this plus burn spell. Yeah, God bless you. Yeah, that's great. Sweet. So if I attack with both of these, and then play Hero of Legend. Yeah, let's do that. These aren't Ardent, so playing the Hero Legend first doesn't matter. He has to have Rage Fire to kill this. I was just about to say, it's possible I'm supposed to have played this out first because it's better against Mama Yeti. Yeah, skip. Because this turn, if I draw a Shard, I could go 3+2. I guess I can go Casualty plus Hold Kill this turn. Yeah. So yeah, that's exactly what we're going to do here. We're just going to go ahead and crunch with... Oh! Oh, I had a champion activation. I probably could have played... Huh. Huh. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. The champion activation probably means I could have just done that and then played this. So, double Reach Fire kills us, Reach Fire Burn kills us, Crackling Bolt Shard does not kill us, Bolt Spasm shouldn't kill us. Let's just kill. Casualty of War kills everything in his deck too, but it's for less. Says reach how much? 5, so this is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm just going to go ahead and target the Bolt Spasm with this. And then crunch with my nerds. And then we've got this up to kill a Mama Yeti that might come crashing in. Ooh, a Valor. Casual Rage 8. It's a 9 ball coming in next turn. Hey, Nero. So this is lethal all on its own because this has Crush. Am I supposed to swap anything? Nah, I think this is fine. Yeah, I think this is fine. Oh, I'm supposed to put the gems. Gems. It's like, I knew I was talking about changing something. I'm glad I didn't just click save and then realize it in-game. Yeah, I don't think I want any of these. Yep. I wonder if I want access to more Exalted Knights. Exalted Knight's good against Flickering Goblin, it's really good against the speed deck. I suppose it's a 4-drop that just dies to Crackling Bolts and Fireballs, though, so that's definitely a knock against it. Opponent kept 7, we have an easy mulligan. Alright. Diamond Shard in this hand has a reasonable curve. Bolt Spasms on the play. So, I actually wrote about the mono Ruby Angus deck. Or will be writing, just finished an article about it that'll go up next week. And this card does not impress me. This card is good in exactly the situation my opponent has it in right now. This card is good turn 1 on the play when your opponent doesn't have burn. In any other situation, it's just like this card that you're just like, why are you in my deck? You don't do anything. In a world where this doesn't get Crackling Bolted or double burn spelled to remove, we have a chance this game. I wanna believe I could live in that kind of world. Yeah, maybe Holidays. Both those cards are very powerful. Fireballed. Nope. And that's why the deck like my opponent's playing is very good, you know? You just get plenty of free wins on the back of... Yep. Yeah, too far behind. Yeah, I guess I'll make him... I'm always torn. Like, there's not really value in making them kill you in this game because, you know, it's just like, you'd rather just, like, jump back in and play more ladder. Bolt Spasm's fine, yep, sure. Mama Yeti for the extra ribbons. Yeah, sure. Alright.